I think finances is a part, but I think the older we get, we stop doing what we really want to do because of fear. Ooh. We're afraid that we may not be able to do it, or we may not be able to figure it out, or we may not. I think it's fear. It's fear of the unknown. We don't want to fail. People are afraid of failing.
That's true.
Like, I used to be really afraid of failing. And so my fear of failure sometimes stopped me from success because I didn't want to fail. So I didn't want to try something and not be good at it. I didn't want to try something and not be successful.
But listen, to you guys out there that are listening right now at this moment, put down in the chat, has there ever been a moment in your life where fear was there and you didn't jump, or there was fear that was there and you jumped and you were successful? So just put something in the chat room and engage us as we engage you guys. Go ahead, Candy. Go ahead, girl. I know you got something.
Yeah, mine was always around math. Very fearful because
I still don't like it, but go ahead.
Because when it was time for homework, my dad was like very smart, so my mom would always make him teach us how to do our homework and stuff. Sure. Work with us on our homework. And he was a little aggressive,
Yes, I'm with you.
And I just got to a point where I could not think clearly when it came to it, like remembering my steps and stuff. So that was actually what made me decide to just avoid it altogether.
Yeah.
So, but I was always a very curious person, and I've always been into astronomy as well.
Okay.
I used to go to the planetarium and just lay out and look at
the
stars.
Something I've heard for a long time, and I remind myself all the time. My mentor reminds me a lot too.
Yeah.
And I heard the phrase, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And you really think about that. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Yeah.
If you can see how it's going to happen, your dream ain't big enough yet.
Yeah.
And I have to constantly retool, because the more you grow, the bigger your dream should get.
Yes.
And I had to check myself, because I'm like, my dream don't scare me. Like, I see it looks doable at this point.
Right,
now, 2 years ago it didn't, but now it looks doable. That means I got to redream. Like, I got to raise the bar, because it's not scaring me. It's not. I can see how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If I can see how it's going to happen, it's not big enough.
It's not big
I'm playing
enough.
too small.
Yeah, playing too small. To your point, you're absolutely right, and that's the mindset.
Let me ask you all this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How do you keep? And I'm going to give the explanation. How do you continuously keep yourself accountable through successes and failures? Let's say on a weekly basis, because, for example, I've had weeks where I can be honest and say, Rashaad, you really didn't do this week. You really did.